Now, I appreciate that with the summer, it's lovely, isn't it? You know, on some of the days this last week or so, a bit rainy today, but we've had sunny skies and ice creams. Oh, it's lovely. Bit of time off with the family. Going down to a Kent seaside place like Margate or Ramsgate or Broadstairs or Dover or Folkestone. It sounds nice, doesn't it? But sometimes it can be actually quite stressful. I mean, seriously stressful. The tension moves. You're not alone when it comes to feeling a little stressed. What are you doing? Juggling the childcare? Maybe you're the grandparents right now who think, yeah, I have them a few days a week, but yeah, it can be a bit challenging. Rising costs, heat wave, tempers fray, the pressure, trying to create perfect family memories. Have we got the selfie? Yeah, we got the selfie. Can you stop now? Relationships can be tough during the summertime. So we don't really want to turn up the heat for you, but I'm afraid we've got to. Let's talk about it with Teresha Young, our daytime relationship coach. Hi, Teresha. Good morning.
Morning to you, Dom. How are you?
I'm good, but for some, it's a stressed out summer.
Oh, yes. It's about how can I survive the next 6 to 7 weeks with the kids off school. It really can put a strain on the dynamics of the family and a relationship too. It's also a test of how well couples communicate and support each other during this time.
So we thought what we'd do today with you is get some tips, really. Let's actually be the first aid for Kent to deal with the trauma that sometimes can be the summer holiday break for everyone. Grandparents, parents, guardians, whoever's looking after the kid, you know, including, of course, the children themselves. Because let's be honest, you know, there's a certain point where they might go, I'm bored. And you're like, yeah, you might be bored, but do what we did. Get a hold of a cardboard box. Have an adventure.
Go out and play with the grass, you know, do something outside. Absolutely. There's so much strain and so much pressure from all angles, actually, when it comes to the summer holidays. And what that can do is it can create a lot of tension beneath the surface. We've got the stress, as you've spoken about. There's the disruptive routines, the childcare, trying to make the most of the break, all of that pressure. And sometimes what we don't always talk about is that feeling of overwhelm, the exhaustion of it. Sometimes a little bit of resentment, Dom, that may creep in.
Yeah.
And also the disconnection that happens in the holidays. So it's important to be able to highlight that and then talk about how we can overcome it.
Let's break it down then into that relationship part that between you and your other half, looking after your children during the summer holiday. Now, we know for a lot of parents, they're obviously having to take time off from their workplace because their kids are going to be at home for a long period of time. I mean, the summer holidays just must feel like they drag out. Now, you may have a bit of that for the holiday. If you have a holiday, a staycation here in Kent, a visit out, a day trip, but you're trying to also keep an eye on how much it's all costing. Yeah. Let's look at that actual relationship and the strain that might come in. And can you help us out here with any idea of how to deal with it, how to navigate it? Because you also don't want to show your kids that you're, well, I was going to say a word I can't use on the radio, but something off.
Absolutely. And you know what it is? Like, my daughter just about made it through Easter holiday for 2 weeks. And we've got 6 to 7 weeks of trying to entertain her whilst doing my coaching business. So there's a lot of pressure being put on it. So I think what's really important is to understand the pressure that person may be under, especially the person who is staying at home. So the last thing you want is, after having a chaotic and stressful day, is to come home and someone asks you, what's for dinner? For example.
Yeah. That's a bit of a no-no, actually. It's like, you'll get what you're given.
Exactly. You know, you go in the cupboard and find what's in there. That kind of response. So you might get a little bit of a snapback. Or if you start commenting on the mess in the house, or look how messy it is, you don't really want to hear that. So being very mindful about what that day may feel like for somebody. So rather than coming in and commenting on what's for dinner, making a dig on any mess, maybe just even ask, how's your day been? Now, is there anything I can take off your plate? Another question that I like is, what's felt hard today? I think a lot of what we do is because it also feels like it's unnoticed. So even just saying to that person, thank you for all you've done today, I appreciate you, it can actually open up that space for connection and reduce any sort of resentment or hardness that might be felt during that time.
I think one of the things as well is we all get really cranky in the heat, let's be honest, you know, and I think you can be, by the time, I mean, today might be the exception, although it probably feel muggy later in the rain, you know, and it's trying to navigate that. But at the same time, actually just having a conversation can be, sometimes you don't want to talk, do you? Let's be honest.
Yes, sometimes you don't want to talk, and it's also acknowledging that. Just make an observation. It seems like you don't want to talk much. I understand that. I'm here for when you're ready to talk. Just actually acknowledging how that person's feeling, so that person doesn't feel like you're not even paying attention to how I'm feeling right now, or asking how my day has been.
I don't know how this works for grandparents listening, whether as a grandparent you do any stuff over the holidays apart from maybe a little visit here and there, or whether if you are normally doing caregiving during the week, you then also do it in the summer holiday. And then I wonder, when's your holiday?
And that is the thing. It's also important that you carve out time to recharge for yourself. No matter if you're a grandparent, whether you are a parent, having that recharge me time is so important.
Can we talk about that, actually? Balancing couple time. Oh, my goodness me. The summer holidays, is that even possible? The date night is out the window?
Maybe not put so much pressure on it being a date night, but even 20 minutes, to carve out 20 minutes after the kids go to bed. No screens, just a conversation, or you might even want to watch something together as a couple, just so that you can reestablish the relationship, because you could go for weeks and days without having that chance of having a connection. So put it in the schedule, if anything, to say we're going to carve out some couple time too.
Yeah, carving out couple time. So you say 20 minutes, yeah?
At least 20 minutes where you can just sit and have a conversation, or even watch something together that you enjoy, because you can't pour from an empty cup, and the kids will feel energy. Kids are very intuitive, no matter if you think that they don't. No, they feel it all. So to be able to show that you are a team and to be able to have that team ethos will actually be a really good example for the kids as well.
You have just calmed us, I think, all down. It's like a one-stop shop clinic with you here on the show. Just getting a little bit of, let's just have a little bit of calm from the stress. Oh.
And breathe.
Oh, lovely. Okay, sum that up for us then, Teresha, of what we should be thinking right now.
Okay, so here's what you should be thinking right now. Be aware of your partner's emotions and feelings. Check in, be curious, find out how they're doing. Also, find out from the person who is at work. They may have FOMO. They may have the fear of missing out. What are you guys doing at home without me? So check in to see how they're doing too. Remember to have your couple time. Remember to have your recharge me time as well. And to see if you can alleviate any pressure and expectations. Remember, this is about your family. Don't compare yourself to anybody else. And it's about what works for you all.
Teresha Young, Daytime's relationship coach here on BBC Radio Kent and on BBC Sounds, with some top advice of dealing with the summer strain.